Pride is the root of all spiritual, relational, and behavioral problems. C.S. Lewis calls it the utmost evil. And pride comes in three forms. The first one, boasting, self-centered actions, and a constant desire to call attention to self. And when I think of boasting, I think of the words of Lucifer found in Isaiah 14, verses 13 and 14. He says, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the congregation. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. I. Constantly boasting. Form number two, self-pity. Now, it could be a woe of me kind of feeling, but it's so much more than that. It's really when we're comparing ourselves to others. They have a better job, they have a better family, they have more success, they have a better body. Lord, you gave them so many talents and abilities and gifts. What about me? Our cup somehow is always half empty. We're always comparing ourselves to others. But then self-pity comes also in another form. While boasting is the response of pride to success, self-pity is the response of pride to suffering. We say, Lord, I'm suffering so much. Look at me and look at my troubles and look at my problems. Now, boasting says, I deserve applauses because of my achievement. But self-pity says, I deserve applauses and admiration because of my suffering. Remember Joseph, the one who was sold into slavery by his brothers, the one who then became a prisoner? Well, his brothers years later show up. Little do they know that he has achieved such high ranks in Egypt. Well, when they come to apologize, Joseph says, listen, don't have pity for me. You don't even need to apologize because what you guys intended for harm and for evil, God used to bring good and to save many lives. Joseph could have had self-pity. He could have requested applauses for his suffering, but he chose not to do that, because he did not want to suffer the sin of pride. Then comes form number three. And to me, this one is the scariest because I think at some point in our lives, we have all had this form of pride, and it's the form of self-righteousness. Have you at times said things like, Lord, I know I'm sinning. I know I'm doing things that I'm not supposed to. I know I'm not where you want me to be, but God, look at that girl. Look at that guy. At least I'm better off than them. Jesus tells a story to his disciples specifically about self-righteousness. He tells his disciples that there is a Pharisee. This Pharisee comes to the temple, he's pounding his chest, and he says things like, Lord, I praise you that I'm not like the other men who are extortioners, men who are unjust. I praise you, Lord, that I'm not like that tax collector. He says, I fast twice a week, I pay my tithes. And then Jesus says that the tax collector, because he is so ashamed, he doesn't even look unto heaven. There's no pounding of the chest for the tax collector. The tax collector simply says, God, be merciful upon me, a sinner. And then Jesus says this to his disciples. You see that Pharisee? He walked into this temple all justified, all full of self-righteous pride. But that tax collector, the one who humbled himself, he will be exalted. What form of pride do you suffer from? Boasting, self-pity, or self-righteousness? I pray, friends, that you will join us next week as we discover how we can have victory over the sin of pride. Because like Proverbs says, pride comes before destruction.